Hey, what's up everyone? Adam here with brahwegotthis, and today we are going to do a new type of video on the channel. I've really never done this before, but this is going to be covering the newest patch notes, the first patch notes of the Blackwood PTS chapter. We got over a month left until Blackwood is going to release. I wanted to just read through the patch notes with you all and just go through all my crazy reactions or anything that I thought was just crazy that we're going to get, or any cool additions or updates that are changing in item sets. So make sure again to leave a comment below. Let me know what you think of the patch notes. I hope you guys like this video, and I hope you like this style of video. So if you do, make sure to leave a like, and I'll be sure to keep doing this in the future. But I do want to give a shout out to all my patrons. Thank you so much for all the support. And I want to give a shout out to the newest patron, Donovan. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. And if you guys want to watch me ever play live, I'm going to be doing the PTS live on twitch.tv/brahwegotthis. You can check the link out below in the description, and you can check out our Discord as well. And the new website is going to be up very soon at brahwegotthis.com. But let's go ahead and jump into this because we got a lot to cover. So again, I'm going to just kind of read through this and just kind of pick out what I think is going to be really big, and also just big changes and just new things that they're going to be putting in. So it looks like, yeah, the newest trial is going to be called Rockgrove, which we did know. Blackwood also features a number of new items, antiquities, collectibles, outfit styles, dyes, and titles. Update 30, which is a free update as part of the base game, includes several other additions and features as well, including ability bar timers, okay, bankable outfit style pages. Thank you, Zenimax. Wow. Thank you for allowing us to bank these outfit styles. Oh my gosh. New monster masks, Master Writ quest assistance. Nice. Okay. Adjustments to proc sets in the champion point system, including new stars. Oh shoot. Okay. New stars and more. Also included is a new endeavor system allowing you to earn a new currency that can be used to purchase items directly from the crown crates. I did cover that in a video. If you want to check that out, I got that in the description. But dang, new stars, Master Writ quest assistance. That's interesting. So this is what we're getting with Blackwood, and then this is what's coming in the base game. Endeavors, ability bar timers, new monster masks, bankable outfit style pages, Master Writ quest assistance, new tutorial, which is going to be interesting, new homes, housing editor update. Nice. Okay. So Blackwood is going to include 6 delves, each with its own sky shard and associated content, 6 world bosses, 2 public dungeons. Nice. New set crafting stations, the Oblivion portals, over 30 hours of quest content, exploration, and achievement hunting. So here we go, Oblivion portals. This is, you'll seek these portals to venture into the Deadlands and put an end to the invading army before it can wreak havoc across all of Tamriel. Oblivion portals will appear randomly throughout Blackwood. Entering a portal will take you to the Deadlands, Mehrunes Dagon's Daedric home. There are multiple pathways to explore within the Deadlands. Defeating the denizens of the portals will reward you with jewelry from the overland item sets. Nice. Okay. So we did, if you were here during the live stream on Friday, we did kind of get to see it at Companions Deep Dive. I'm going to have a guide on Companions here in the channel at some point and an overview. So it's going to be, just stay tuned again. Make sure to heavy attack that bell icon to make sure the notifications are on so you know when I release Companion updates or Oblivion portal guide or anything like that, because I will be covering this. But it says we can unlock 2 companions from completing the associated quests in the Blackwood zone. You get Bastion, and they are found in the Deep Scorn Hollow objective. And then Miri is found in the Doom Vault Volpanaz objective in North Blackwood. Once either objective is completed, the respective companion collectible will be granted. These collectibles can be found in the collection menu under the new top collectibles category, Allies. So this is new. You're going to have Allies category. It's something they covered. Assistants are also considered allies now too, so that's your banker or merchant. You may have either companion or assistant active. Companion collectibles may be activated in collector's menu or quick slotted for ease of use. Okay. Restrictions and limitations. In population limited instances such as dungeons, group arenas, and trials, each companion present counts towards the population cap as if they were a player. Players will always take priority, and companions will be auto-dismissed as players zone in. Nice. Okay, so that's good to know. Companions cannot be summoned in PvP areas, solo arenas, or housing instances. They also cannot be summoned while you are in combat, or if the summoning character has not yet completed the associated introductory quest, even if the collectible has been unlocked by another character. So you do have to complete the introductory quest on each character to have them unlocked, but you don't have to do like everything all over again. The relationship between the character and companion deteriorates into a very low rapport status. The companion may voluntarily unsummon themselves and be unavailable to associated character for a time. That's hilarious. Companion visibility may also be briefly suppressed in some situations where they are unable to navigate to your character, such while swimming. Combat. Selecting the equipment option of the companion character tab displays any companion equipment in your inventory, which can be equipped on your companion via the display on the left. Some abilities may have usage restrictions, such as requiring a specific weapon type is equipped. Companions attempt to use their abilities in priority order from left to right if they have a valid target and meet any associated requirements of the ability. Companion abilities also utilize a cooldown system to determine frequency of usage, with various companion abilities having an array of cooldown times. Companions have a large pool of abilities available to them, which are thematically similar to the abilities you may recognize from various skill trees. This will allow you to customize them into tanking, healing, or damage. That's pretty cool. Cosmetics, they can be customized by using any of your own cosmetic collectibles, including mounts, costumes, and outfits. That is freaking awesome. Note that a companion's head armor is automatically hidden at all times and will not be displayed regardless of equipment or cosmetic override settings. This is something they said they just wanted to keep like the identity of the companions. So how does progression work? With the exception of quest and rapport, which collectively represents the relationship between each character and companion, all companions' progress is account wide. Okay, that's nice. Combat level, they are level 1 when unlocked. They have a max potential level of 20 for their ability bar slots. Companion level up via experience gained with your character directly from combat. Okay. Experience increasing effects such as holiday bonuses, consumable boosters applied to your character will provide an indirect benefit to the companion as well. Okay, that's nice to know. As companions gain combat levels, their health and overall power, which affects weapon and spell damage, increases automatically. Additional ability bar slots unlock and more class abilities become available. This includes an ultimate slot and ability, which unlock at combat level 20. Nice. Skill lines. Companions have access to several skill lines, each with associated abilities. Most companion skill lines have 3 active abilities, which can be acquired through leveling up that skill line. Okay. Companion's abilities do not require skill points to unlock and do not rank up or morph over time. Okay, that is really nice. Class skill lines increase with the combat level of the companion. Weapon skill lines increase through combat experience based on the equipped weapon. Armor skill lines increase through combat experience based on the equipped weight of the armor on the companion. Guild skill lines increase through completing specific solo daily quests associated with the guild or the active companion. Racial skill lines do not include the active abilities that are immediately applied based on the race of the companion. Each companion unlocks with some progress in skill lines based on their background, as well as multiple combat abilities pre-slotted so they're immediately combat ready. These may change as desired. Rapport, this is how rapport works. Begins at cordial. Based on the introductory quest, experience may go up and down over time based on your actions with the active companion. All companions have strong personal preferences, which you can learn about through dialogue and experimentation in the world. That's pretty cool. At higher tiers of rapport, the companion will be inclined to share personal information with you and ask you for assistance with associated quests. Nice. Rapport stats can always be viewed on the overview window of the companion's UI. Equipment and sourcing. Companion equipment is distinct from player gear with no overlap between them. Companion's gear unlocks with a set of untraded and white equipment based on the background. Bastion begins with wearing medium armor and destruction staff, while Miri starts with light armor and a bow. Nice. Companion equipment does not include level, cannot be enchanted, does not require repairs, and does not include an inherent style appearance, but instead inherits the style of the companions it's applied to. White companion equipment can be purchased from weaponsmith, woodworker, armorer, leatherworker, and tailor merchants through the world, allowing you to customize your companion role accordingly. Fine green, spirit blue, and epic purple quality companion equipment with traits are obtained from monster drops throughout the world, particularly from bosses. The equipment can be traded, so it can be bought and sold in the market. Nice. Okay. Equipment above white quality also comes with companion-centric traits. Quickened, which is cooldown reduction. Prolific, ultimate generation. Focus, critical strike chance. Shattering, penetration. Aggressive, damage done. Soothing, healing done. Augmented, ability buff and debuff duration. Bolstered, reduced damage taken. And vigorous, max health. Okay, nice. Quest and rewards. In addition to the Blackwood quest objective, which introduces and unlocks the respective companions, each companion has 2 associated personal side quests, which will become available to you once a sufficient rapport has been established. Completing the second companion quest will unlock a house guest collectible for the companion, allowing them to be placed and utilized similarly to other house guest collectibles. Nice. Okay. Completing their side quests will also result in large rapport boost. So each companion has unique associated non-combat perks. This is cool. So Miri's expertise. Treasure chests found through treasure maps and in the overland have 30% chance to provide additional loot from hidden compartments. The treasure from these hidden compartments may contain gold, sellables, or recipes. Nice. Okay. Bastion's insight. Potions looted from chests and monsters have 30% chance to be improved by Bastion's insight. Okay. Not too thrilled with that one, but I think Miri's expertise is cool. So they can be directed in battle a couple additional ways. While companions will always attempt to engage in combat to support you, utilizing pet commands allows you to direct the companion to engage with specific targets or to pull back respectively. By default, hold Y and left or right clicking on mouse and keyboard, or press L3, R3 along with the left or right bumper on gamepad. Additionally, companions will utilize their ultimate when available and conditions are met by default. However, you can choose to have them wait until directed to utilize. The companion ultimate autocast setting is a gameplay section of the settings menu. It allows you to set the companion to wait until they are directed to use the ultimate by clicking on the new ultimate icon, which is present next to your hotkey bar when a companion is active on keyboard, or pressing L3 plus R3 with no bumper input on gamepad. Companions will also attempt to block incoming heavy attacks, interrupt some abilities, and break free from crowd control effects. However, their timing is not always perfect. They do not have a cooldown between uses of these actions. If a companion dies in battle, they can be revived using a soul gem, similar to reviving other players. All right, next we're going to the Rockgrove Trial. It's a 12-player trial, of course. It's got normal and challenging veteran version. You can get a unique body marking, unique mount, several titles, and unique housing items. The hard mode version is currently disabled to focus testing on the veteran and normal versions. A number of new item sets can be obtained in Blackwood through crafting, Rockgrove Trial, or within Overland. So I'm excited to see these new sets. So let's see what we got here. Overland, Frostbite, Light. This is going to add 129 spell damage, 657 critical, 129 spell damage. Increase your damage done with frost abilities by 6%. Increase your damage done against chilled enemies by 4%. Increase your damage done against enemies afflicted with minor brittle by 2%. Wow. Yeah, I like this set a lot. This could go on my Ice Mage Warden build. I like this set a lot. This is going to be cool. Deadlands Assassin is a medium set. Adds weapon damage, stamina. Adds more weapon damage. Dealing damage to an enemy within 10 meters of you with a heavy attack causes you to throw a cone of knives. Dealing physical damage to enemies hit. If an enemy hit has 50% health or less, they also take additional bleed damage over 13 seconds and scales off of the higher of your weapon or spell damage. Wow, okay. So dealing damage with an enemy within 10 meters of you with a heavy attack. Jeez Louise, so I don't see like a cooldown on this at all. Dang, that might be pretty solid too. Bog Raider is heavy, adds max magicka, max health, max stamina. I love that already. Wow. When an enemy you have recently damaged dies, gain 10 ultimate, increase your health recovery by 1156 for 10 seconds. This effect can occur once every 10 seconds. Wow. So that might be something that's really nice with like some of these like tanking proc sets that we've been having where like, you know, Crimson or Leeching, because you're going to damage those enemies and then your DPSs are going to finish them off. That's going to give a lot of ultimate. Wow, that's going to be some insane ultimate. Crafted sets, Hist Whisperer. So adds 129 health, 129 stamina, 129 magicka recovery. So kind of all three of those. Dealing damage with a light or medium attack heals you for 318 health and restores 318 stamina and magicka. Dealing damage with a fully charged heavy attack heals you for basically double. Good gosh. That seems amazing. That seems absolutely ridiculous. Literally every light attack or medium attack and heavy attack is going to give you health, stamina, and magicka on top of any other things that you have. Wow. That's going to be really, really nice, especially for beginners, I think. Wow, that's going to be a nice beginner set. Heartland Conqueror. That's crafted, too. It doesn't say how many traits, though. Heartland Conqueror adds 129 weapon spell damage, 1096 max magicka, 1096 max stamina. Increases the effectiveness of your weapon traits by 100%. This does not affect ornate or intricate traits. Wow, okay. So that's going to be nice too. Man, that's a solid crafted set. So it's got to be weapon traits. So shields do not count. Wow. So that is going to be really nice for weapon traits. Wow. Okay. Diamond's Victory adds 129 weapon and spell damage, adds 657 critical chance, 129 spell damage, weapon spell damage. 5. Dealing direct melee damage grants you range supremacy for 5 seconds, adding 437 weapon and spell damage to your damage over time in ranged attacks. Dealing direct range damage grants you melee supremacy for 5 seconds, adding 437 weapon and spell damage to your melee attacks. Currently going through some design tweaks that will be implemented in a future PTS patch. Okay. That seems pretty solid. That seems pretty big brain though. I need to actually try this out some. So trial. Okay, here's the trial sets that we're getting. Interesting. Okay, here we go. So we got 2 light sets. Interesting. We got Boss's Mania. So adds spell damage, gives the minor slayer, spell critical, and then more spell damage you have perfected. Increase your damage done to non-player enemies by up to 15% based on your missing magicka. Interesting. Okay. Wow. That's really interesting. Okay. Stone Taker's Oath adds 129 magicka recovery. Minor Aegis. Okay. So reducing your damage taken. That's minor Aegis. Okay. Instead of minor Slayer. Magicka recovery, max magicka if you have perfected. Your fully charged heavy attack places a soul bomb on your target that charges as the target takes damage. After 10 seconds, bomb explodes, restoring 5% of the damage received as stamina and magicka, up to 2,240 stamina and magicka, up to 12 group members within 16 meters of this explosion. This effect can occur every 10 seconds. Wait a second. So your fully charged heavy attack places a soul bomb on your target that charges as the target takes damage. After 10 seconds, the bomb explodes, restoring 5% of the damage received. 5% of the damage received as stamina and magicka, up to 2,240 stamina and magicka. Wow. Okay. I love that. That feels like a really good healer set that can actually hit all stamina and magicka characters. Man, that seems like that's going to replace maybe a new trial set for healers. That's really cool, because doing a fully charged heavy attack every 10 seconds, that can't be that hard to do, right? Like that shouldn't be that hard to keep that uptime. That seems really good. And then you got Solzon's Torment Medium, adds 129 weapon damage, gain minor slayer. Okay, so it's the medium set. Weapon critical, another weapon critical. When an enemy you recently damaged dies, they leave behind a vengeful soul for 6 seconds. You can only create 1 vengeful soul at a time. Touching the soul increases your weapon critical by 2160 and your critical damage by 12% for 30 seconds. Jeez Louise. My gosh. When an enemy you recently damaged dies, they leave behind a vengeful soul. You can only create 1 vengeful soul at a time. But you get weapon critical buff by 2160 and your critical damage by 12% for 30 seconds. Holy crap. 30 seconds uptime. And then you just kill another enemy and then you get another one. I wonder if you just like, you'll have it, or you have to constantly be in like a circle or something. Like, I wonder if that's like sororities or not. So I don't know. That's something we'll have to look at, but that seems crazy. Sex Heal Champion Heavy Set adds 1,096 max magicka. You get max stamina, you get minor Aegis, another max stamina if you have perfected. When you cast an ultimate ability, you and up to 11 group members within 28 members of you gain major force for 21 seconds, increasing your critical damage by 20%. This effect can occur every 30 seconds. Wait, hold on. Wait, so is this going to replace Aggressive Warhorn? Literally increase your group's max. So Aggressive Warhorn increases your group's max magicka and max stamina by 10%, which is good. That's already really good for Aggressive Horn. But then you get major force from that for 10 seconds. But this is going to basically give you that second part of Aggressive Warhorn, but it's going to give it for 30 seconds. Basically like the Warden Healer tree, like the Enchanted Grove or whatever that's called. That is up like all the time. And just by casting that, you're going to be able to like get minor or major force from that. Jeez Louise. I mean, I don't know if this is going to replace aggressive Warhorn, but this is going to give you half of aggressive Warhorn for just casting an ultimate ability. Wow. Okay. That's nice. All right. Antiquities. We got new antiquities here. Gaze of Sithis. Heavy head. 5,000 max health. Oh my gosh. 500 health recovery. 10,760 armor. Reduces your block mitigation to 0. Interesting. Jeez Louise, though. That'll be interesting. Harpooner's Wading Kilt. Medium legs. Dealing direct damage grants you a stack of Hunter's Focus for 1 minute up to 10 stacks max. Okay. You can only gain 1 stack of Hunter's Focus per second. Each stack of Hunter's Focus increases your critical chance by 119, your critical damage by 2%. Taking direct damage removes 1 stack of Hunter's Focus. Removing Harpooner's Wading Kilt removes all stacks. Interesting. So what, you can get 1,119 or 1,019 critical chance if you have max stacks. That's pretty good, but if you take direct damage, it removes a stack. Okay. So death dealers, that's a persistent stack of escalating every 2 seconds. You're in combat up to 10 stacks max. Each stack of escalating increases your max stamina, health, and magicka by 150. You lose a stack of this every 4 seconds, you're out of combat. Jeez Louise. So in 20 seconds, you can have 1,500 max magicka, stamina, and health. As long as you're in combat. Holy crap. Okay. Shapeshifter's Chain reduces the cost of your transformation ultimate abilities by 15%. While transformed, increase your max health, stamina, magicka by 1216. Dang, okay. This affects Werewolf Transformation, Blood Scion, and the Bone Goliath thing. There's going to be new antiquities in Blackwood. New crafting motif, Ancient or Ancestral Akaviri. Nice. You can get a new mount. The Zolzon Flesh Ripper mount is acquired by completing this word I can't pronounce, Bane achievement. So that I think is from the trial. New motifs, Ancestral Akaviri motif, Ivory Brigade motif. Okay. So that's by doing group boss dailies in Blackwood. The other one is by doing antiquities, and then additional motifs will be made available in Blackwood in a future update. Okay. All right, here we go. Base game endeavors. This is something that a lot of people want to know about. I have a video on this that goes over a little bit of this, y'all. So I'm not going to go over all of this, just new stuff that I've seen. So endeavors will come in 2 groups, daily and weekly. These, again, are things that we can earn Crown Crate items with now. We can actually earn Crown Crate items. Again, yeah, when a new crate is offered on the Crown store, the items available to purchase with seals also change to match the active crate. Okay. You cannot trade, gift, or extract items bought from seals section of the Crown store. Seals of Endeavor are account-wide. They do not have a cap, nor do they expire. Nice. Ability bar timers. Okay. Inspired by the popular PC add-on Action Duration Reminder, a new setting has been added to the combat settings menu for ability bar timers. RIP Action Duration Reminder. Okay. When enabled, using an ability will display a timer over that ability's icon corresponding to the duration of this effect. This includes abilities cast on enemies as well as friendly targets. You can also enable timers for the back bar, which will display smaller timers for abilities on that ability bar that isn't currently active. These options are available in both the keyboard and gamepad UI and are off by default. Nice. New monster masks. Okay, in this update, we've added 3 new monster masks, and they're located in the Imperial City. These masks drop from their respective monsters and from trophy vault chests in their districts. The shoulders can be purchased from the Telvar merchant, either in their own individual box or cheaper fully randomized box. Zol the Ever Wakeful. So this adds max stamina. 2 pieces. When you break free, you release a wave of Watcher energy, causing enemies within 8 meters of you to become feared for 3 seconds. You also gain 34 weapon and spell damage for each enemy hit, up to 6 enemies for 7 seconds. Dang, okay. Immolator Char adds armor, max health. When you take damage while below 50% health, you gain immunity to mobilization, snares, and crowd control effects for 10 seconds. Effect can occur once every 40 seconds. Dang, okay. Glorgalok the Destroyer. Max health. While in combat, each second you stand still grants you a stack of Flesh Fortress, up to 10 stacks. Each stack increases your armor by 380 and your critical resistance by 38. Each second you move removes a stack of Flesh Fortress. Okay. Exiting combat removes all stacks. Using charge or teleport abilities do not remove stacks. Interesting. That's funny. I want to see someone use this in PvP. Bankable outfit style pages. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Zos. Master Writ quest assistance. Okay, beginning with this update, your Master Writ quest will point you towards the correct set crafting stations to complete that quest. When you have Master Writ quest active, the quest will guide you towards that. Okay. It will also place a quest pin over the needed crafting stations. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Zos. New tutorial. Tutorial Island. RuneScape. Let's go. This is now default tutorial for all versions of ESO. Upon completion of the tutorial quest, you have the option to begin your journey in Tamriel via the portal room to any previous chapter starting locations. Nice. We'll provide a summary of each region. Choose carefully. Once you begin your adventure, you may not return to the Isle of Belfair on that character. Oh, okay. New homes, okay. Housing editor update. You can now precision edit furniture items and path nodes from housing editor retrieve menu without first having to pick them up. Known issues. Major Gallop is currently applying to toy mounts. While absolutely hilarious, this is unfortunately unintended. Okay, so here we go. Combat and gameplay. This is going to be some combat and abilities. Okay, this is going to be interesting. Reduce player group size limitations from global maximum of 24 to 12 in all activities rather than only in Cyrodiil trials. Interesting. Okay. The following abilities will now deal purely bleed damage rather than physical damage or a mix of physical and bleed. Bloodthirst, Carve, Cutting Dive, Pounce and Morphs, Trap Beast and Morphs, Twin Slashes and Morphs. Interesting. Bash's damage is now considered a weapon ability since it has a cost. Interesting. Okay. Pummeling Goliath's Bash is now considered a player class ability. Okay, the following abilities have received significant adjustments to how the server handles their behavior, reducing messages sent between the client and server and reducing the total amount of area effect events occurring. This will largely have little to no effect on their gameplay other than improving their response time to entering or leaving the area of effect. In some rare cases, it will reduce the interaction with set procs off of application or buffs or debuffs, since you will no longer repeatedly apply these effects to targets inside the area every tick, but rather for the duration the target is inside the area. Their synergies, when applicable, have also been updated to be far more reliable to activate when in the area, and they will no longer persist for a short duration after each tick, allowing you to activate them in case where they could fail or were already used, going on cooldown with no effect, or gaining their effects despite already being used. Blood Altar and Morphs. Blood Feast and Funnel are both available. Okay. Bone Totem and Morphs, Boneyard Cleansing Ritual, Dragonite Standard, Lightning Splash, Necrotic Orbs, Negate Magic, Nova, Rune Focus, Spear Shards. Buffs and debuffs. Minor Lifesteal and Magicka Steal, both of these effects have received significant back-end adjustments to how they operate, fixing many cases where the caster of the effect would change context. They now are considered to be sourced from the caster of the effect rather than the target of the effect. Dragon Knight. Okay. Draconic Power, Dragon Blood, Coagulating Blood, Morph. Fix an issue where this ability appeared to rank up 1 second duration per rank. Reduce the cost of this ability to 3780 down from 320 to add an improvement to the morph rather than just changing its functionality. Gotcha. Necromancer, Boneyard. This ability and its morphs now last 10 seconds in total instead of 10 and a half. Synergy from these abilities now heal the synergy activator rather than caster of the synergy. Death Knell. Just the amount of critical chance granted from this passive, 5 to 10%. Okay. Bone Tyrant. Bone Totem reworked the base operations of this ability. Rank up progressions to result in the same values of rank 4, but with less decimal places along the way. Agony Totem Morph. Synergy from this morph, Pure Agony now has a 6-person target cap rather than hitting unlimited targets. Okay. It's an issue where the final tick of the synergy's damage was not amplified in its own minor vulnerability source. It's an issue where the damage also caused hit reactions despite being a damage over time effect. Nightblade, Shadow Cloak. Dark Cloak reduced the healing from this morph by approximately 5%. Dang it. I like that heal. Negate Magic. The morphs of this ability now tick every 1 second instead of 500 milliseconds. Increase the potency of their ticks by 103.3% to ensure DPS heals per second remain almost the same, as well as fixing an issue where their values were missing rank up regression built into them. Storm Calling, Bolt Escape, Ball of Lightning. This ability's projectile absorption now operates more closely to Spell Wall or other abilities that deal absorbing, deflecting ranged attacks. This should fix a few issues where it could absorb attacks it shouldn't have been able to. Templar, Spear Shards, Luminous Shards. This morph synergy now restores full resources for magicka and stamina granted rather than half of the stat granted. Half of the off. Oh, shoot. So that is amazing now. Okay. Eclipse. This morph now scales off your max health or spell damage, whichever results in a higher value rather than a mix of spell and max magic. Templars currently have very few tools that they can use as tanks, so we've opted to utilize a unique scaling method here to ensure the ability can be utilized by both defensive and offensive builds. Nice, okay. So maybe Templar tanks can actually be a thing now. That's cool, okay. Nova, the synergy from this ultimate and Solar Disturbance morph, Supernova, now stuns enemies for 3 seconds, up from 2.5 seconds. Move target cap for the damage, major maim and synergy damage plus stun on all versions of these ultimates. Dang, nice. Okay. Fix an issue where major maim from these ultimates was applying twice, resulting in more damage reduction than intended. Solar Prison Morph. Synergy from this morph, Gravity Crush, now has a proper radius of 8 meters instead of 10. Increase the damage of the synergy by approximately 14%. Solar Disturbance. Reduce the base cost of this to 225 down from 250. This ultimate now ranks up in duration of the major maim applied to enemies rather than damage done. Nice. Major maim now lasts 7 seconds at base, ranks up to 10 seconds rather than 4 seconds at all ranks. Nice. So Templar tanks might be a thing, y'all. Cleansing Ritual. This no longer requires you to have a negative effect on you to activate. Rune Focus. Increase the base duration of the ability to 17 seconds from 14 seconds. This ability and morphs no longer grant you an additional 2974 armor when standing in them, but instead heal you for 4.5 seconds of your max health every 1 second. Channeled Focus. This now increases the duration of the ability and continues to rank up, ending at 25 seconds up from 20. Increase the magicka restored per tick. Okay. This morph now increases the healing done by 25% and ranks up in healing done by 1.1% per rank rather than duration. Increase the stamina restored. Reduces the base cost to 918 down from 920. Dang, okay. Okay, Warden, Winter's Embrace. Arctic Wind, reduce the base heal this ability and morphs by 20%. And the heal over time from this an ability and its morphs by approximately 17%. Okay, so that got nerfed. Okay, so dual Blade Cloak. Deadly Cloak morph. This ability now deals double damage instead of doubling the tick rate. This will result in approximately 9% damage increase, but will increase you to stick to your target more and has less of a chance to proc than other effects. Okay. Twin Blade and Blunt. The passive now increases your critical damage done by axes by 3 to 6% per axe rather than critical percent. Okay. Twin Slashes, Blood Craze. Fixed an issue where the heal from this morph was not considered a dual wield ability or weapon ability. Heavy Weapon for two-handed. This passive now increases your critical damage done with axes 6 to 12% rather than critical percent by 4 to 8%. Nice. Okay, here's something. Undaunted. Necrotic Orbs. This ability and its morphs now tick once every second rather than every half second. Interesting. Increase the damage per tick of this ability, and Mystic Orbs morph by approximately 16%. Dang, okay. Decrease the travel speed of the orb so it's easier to land multiple ticks on low mobility enemies. This will be an overall DPS loss, getting these abilities closer to other AoE dots in power. Note, these will be still stronger than most other dots due to having high variance of performance, especially in high mobility in encounters. Interesting. Healing Orbs. Increase the healing per tick of this morph by approximately 38%. Jeez Louise. This will result in less total healing overall, but will still be stronger than most AoE HOTS due to the mobile nature. Okay, so Orbs kind of got nerfed a little bit, but they still have their synergies. Okay, Caltrops. Here we go. Increase the damage per tick of this ability and its morph by approximately 36%. It will now deal damage equitable to a normal dot ability rather than being weaker than them. Oh shoot, so Caltrops was buffed. Let's go. So here's a developer comment. Between the changes to Caltrops and Necrotic Orbs, we hope to see less of a disparity in performance between stamina and magicka DPS. We already see many stamina-based classes pulling slightly ahead to most magicka in single target, but we are quite a bit behind in cleave areas, which most of the game requires between boss encounters and elite encounters in dungeons and trials. By reducing the bonuses Necrotic Orbs has from being harder to use and improving one of the universally accessible stamina AoE dots, we hope to lessen the delta between the two in regards to damage dealing. Nice. Okay, so they're trying to bring that more equal. That is sick. Okay, now the champion point system. In response to the feedback, there's still too much vertical progression in the champion point system. We have further reduced the maximum number of stages for passive stars non-slotted available. This will lower the vertical progression cap to 1560 rather than 2100 in the warfare tree. 1626, the finesse tree, reducing the maximum power of the champion point system as well. Okay, so the following stars have gone down 2 stages from 4 stages. Bashing, Brutality, Defiance, Hasty, Heroes, Vigor, Sprinter, Tireless, Guardian. Following stars have gone down 2 stages from 3 stages. Fortification, Savage Defense, Tumbling. Following stars have gone down from 2 stages to 5 stages. Nimble Protector, Tempered Soul. Okay. For Warfare, they added 6 new stars, or in some cases returning ones, in this constellation, 4 of which are in the new and final sub-constellation Mastered Curation. Note that these are all slotted stars. Okay. So, enlivening Overthrow. Overhealing yourself or an ally grants them health, magicka, and stamina recovery equal to 0.5% of your max magicka for 6 seconds, up to a cap of 150. Nice. Okay. This effect can occur once every 12 seconds per target. Singular stage worth 50 points. Nice. Okay. Like that. From the Brink. Healing yourself for a target under 25% health grants them a damage shield that absorbs 2200 damage per stage for 6 seconds, 30-second cooldown per target, 5 stages max at 10 points per stage. Hope Infusion. Healing yourself or an ally under 50% health grants them minor heroism. Duration is based on your max or your magic recovery, granting 1 second every 300 recovery. That can occur once every 10 seconds per target. Singular stage worth 50 points. Master at Arms. Okay, this is a returning one. Increases your damage done with direct damage attacks by 2% per stage, 5 stages max at 10 points per stage. Okay. 50 points to get 10% of that. Nice. Salve of Renewal. When you remove a negative effect from yourself or an ally, you heal them and their allies within an 8-meter radius for 1280 health per stage. Dang, so you can heal them for a total of... What is that, like over 6,000 health? That's actually really nice when you remove a negative effect. Weapons Expert, that is a returning one. Okay. Increase your damage done with light and heavy attacks by 3% per stage, 5 stages max at 10 points per stage. Dang, okay. Falling stars have gone down from 2 stages from 4 stages. Blessed, Eldritch Insight, Elemental Defender, Hardy, Piercing, Precision, Preparation. Interesting, okay. Quick Recovery and Tireless Discipline. Okay, so here we go. Item sets that proc events that deal damage or heal now scale similarly to abilities based on specific stats, which will now be called out in the tooltip. Check each section to see which sets scale with what. The following scaling methods are currently available, which may expand or change in the future. Okay, so hopefully this doesn't nerf my Nightblade build. But damage-focused proc-based events will scale off the higher of your weapon or spell damage. You must have 5, 4, 7, 8 weapon or spell damage to reach the original value of many sets. Okay. So damage-focused proc sets. Okay, healing-focused proc sets scale off your higher max magicka or stamina. You must have 38, 350 max magicka or stamina to reach your original value. Holy crap. Tanking-focused proc sets will now either scale with your max health and in some rare cases will use the higher of your physical or spell resistance. Okay, so I'm wondering if that is going to affect Crimson and Leeching then. I don't know. That's something I'll have to definitely check. Following sets now scale off your weapon spell damage, whichever is higher. Frenzy, Momentum damage, Merciless Charge, Wind's Impulse, Wrath of Elements. Following now scales off your max health, Puncturing Remedies, Heal. Okay, so following sets now scale off your max magicka or stamina, whichever is higher. Cold Harbor favorites Healing, Dragon Appetites, Nocturnal's Favor, Redistributor, Shoulders Curse, Vampire's Kiss. Following sets now scale off your max health. Noble Conquest Healing, okay? The following sets now scale off of your weapon damage, weapon or spell damage, whichever is higher. Okay, Aegis Caller, Azoran's Thunder, Azure Blight Reaper, Kalurian's Legacy, Cursive Doliamish, Flame Blossom, Icy Conjurer, so weapon or spell damage, okay. Overwhelming Surge, Pestilence Host, Pillar of Nirn, Plague Slinger, Savage Werewolves, Scavenging Demise, Sheer Venom, Sunder Flames, Ice Furnace, Unleashed, Terror's Damage. Now proc off Blink, such as Bolt Escape. Nice. Okay. Viper Sting, Widowmaker, Widowmakers, and Winterborn's damage. Okay, so that doesn't change too much of what I was doing. All right, here we go. The following sets now scale off your max health: Crimson Twilight, Frozen Watcher, and Leeching Plate. Okay, so we're still good there. We're still good on my Nightblade build. This is going to be interesting to see how this works then. There's definitely a lot of proc set changes. I mean, this is definitely going to be a big thing. And this is definitely going to be a thing, I think, for PvE that people are going to be testing a lot of, because now you've got specified things that you need to hit for these proc sets for them to be at their original state. So you really have to make sure you're doing that. That's really interesting. Okay. Oh, wait. Elemental Catalyst. Increase the set's critical damage taken to 5% per stack, up from 3%. Let's go. Elemental Catalyst got a buff. Let's go, chat. Hollow Fang. Reduce the magic restored from the set to 1750, down from... Oh my gosh. Hollow Fang got destroyed. I'm telling you, that new trial set might replace Hollow Fang. My goodness. Monster Masks. Okay. Wow. So these are going to scale now. Following sets are now scale off your weapon or spell damage, whichever is higher: Domi House, Grothdar, Iceheart, Lambrus. This now procs both lightning and fire at once rather than one or the other, and the damage has been adjusted for this. Yo, sick. Really? Nice. Infernal Guardians damage. Rip my tank. Dang it. Okay, Crag's damage. This set now lasts for 2.4 seconds instead of 1.2. Increase the cooldown to 6 seconds, up from 3. Narenith, Selene, Celestrix. Dang, Celestrix got a freaking... Oh, man. Dang, so this is going to... this is definitely going to change some builds, for sure, I think. Following monster sets, now scale off your max magic and stamina. Choke Thorns heal, Earth Gores heal, Night Flames heal. Okay, so that's pretty good. Following sets, now scale off your max health. Lady Thorns, damage... Scourge, Shadowrun, Thorvikins. Now scales off your physical or spell resistance, whichever is higher. Tremor scales, damage. Marslock. This now procs off your melee heavy attacks rather than bashes. Interesting. Increases the cooldown to 10 seconds, up from 7. Reduces the bonus scaling per negative effect 2% down from 5%, but remove the cap of 50%. This set now scales off your weapon damage. Interesting. Bloodlord's Embraced was increased. So now Malakath, this increases your damage done by 16%, reduces your critical damage done by 50%, rather than increasing it by 25, unable to deal critical damage. Ring of the Pale Order. Increase the amount of healing done from the set to 20% of your damage done, up from 18%. This set now loses 4% of its value per group member you are with. This means if you are alone, it will stay at 20%, but reduced to 8% if you're in a group of 3 other players. 0% when it's 5 or more players. Remove the heal cap from this set. What? Oh my gosh. What? Holy crap. Did that just get even better? Remove the heal cap? It just seems like it got an insane boost. If you hit like a critical hit, you can... Oh my gosh. It seems even better. Following sets now scale off your weapon or spell damage, whichever is higher. Okay, so we got all these sets: Defiler's damage, Mad Tinker's damage, Night Terror's damage, Shadow of the Red Mountains damage, Thunderbug. This damage now takes every 2 seconds instead of 1 for Venomous Smite. No! Okay, the following sets now scale off your max magicka or stamina, whichever is higher. Briarheart's Heal. Okay. Drauggr's Heritage. Trinamax Valor's damage and healing. Winter's Respite's heal. This heal ticks every 2 seconds instead of 1. Okay. So for trials, the following sets now scale off your weapon or spell damage: Arms of Reliquin damage, Destructive Mage's damage, Poisonous Serpent's damage, Roar of Alkost's damage. Following set now scales off your max magic or stamina, which is higher. Twilight's Remedy. Following sets now scale off your max health: Defending Warrior, Eternal Warrior. Okay, so to recap with you all, this is a massive change, in my opinion, from looking at it on the surface. Now, I could get in the PTS and it might not be that big of a thing, but this is definitely a bigger thing. They did say that they want to try, I think, to alleviate some, what's it called? Like they wanted to basically, when you make a character or build a character, it wanted to be more like role specific. And now this is something from first look at this, they have outlined what you need to reach the original value of the damage, the heals, you know, the penetration, whatever it is. It tells you what item sets now are actually scaling off of what. So this is pretty big because now you might see some different builds with different sets because now you have to hit certain thresholds for them to be as effective as they were. Now we'll see if there's diminishing returns or anything like that, but this is a massive change. I mean, this is definitely a massive change. This is going to be interesting now. So definitely got to do a lot of testing with this for sure. I'm going through everything else. I'm just trying to look for any other things that aren't just like fixes and stuff. So that looks like it's it, y'all. This is most of the stuff that was in the patch notes. I went over some of the bigger things. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Again, this is pretty big. I mean, there's definitely some changes coming with this. And obviously this is subject to change. Some of these values can change. This is the first patch notes of the first week of the PTS. So again, it's something that will be subject to change. Okay. So you have to keep that in mind, but some of these are just insane. Some of these changes. So let me know what you guys and gals think down in the comments below. If you did like this video, make sure to leave a like. I'd like to see if people want to see more of this when patch notes come out. But this is definitely pretty big, and I'm excited to see how this changes. And you can keep it locked here in the channel for all content Blackwood and ESO. So hope you guys have a great day. Just remember to have faith, be great, and I'll see you on ESO.